Neil, Integrity Weight Loss Solutions, and this time we're going to talk about cravings and actual hunger. And this was a big one for me. I used to not know the difference. I thought that every time that I ate, it was because I was hungry. Then I found out that you're actually having cravings and you're trying to fill emotional holes. And when I started to identify that my hunger was coming more from emotion than it was from actually being hungry, than the actual needing nutrition, and that all I kept doing was filling these craving areas and identifying what these cravings were, that was a game changer. I found myself every time I was sad, every time I was lonely, every time I would beat myself up about being overweight, every single time I would go back to food. And so I found that was my reward, that was my comfort, that was linked to a lot. And so what I figured out is that I could no longer link these things together. They had to be separate. The emotion and the food are two different things. And as I started to disconnect the cravings and figured out that these are emotional ties and that they no longer serve me to getting to my goal weight, and that that physical hunger only took short amount of food and short amount of times, and that the cravings in between there, that's where I had to address, like, why am I getting hungry for that sweet? What is causing me to want that sandwich? What is doing that chip? And as I did, I took a breath. I would just realize it. One, just realizing that I was going for that whatever it was, that craving, that sweet, that salt, that whatever it is. I'm like, okay, what is this that's causing that? And then once I started to identify what those causes were and that I knew myself well enough, then I started coming up with ways to overcome them, taking a breath, drinking some water, starting to tie myself into my goal so that I knew that these wouldn't serve me, reward myself for not going and getting that thing or substituting that thing for the healthier thing. Once I started to figure these out, it was game changing. It was absolute, and I know I say it a lot, but there's been a lot of things that I had to rewire in my head. And I'm sure if I did, that this stuff is going to help you too. And I hope it does. I hope that you understand maybe a little bit more that every time that you go for food, it's not because you're actually hungry. Most of the time, it's just because you're craving. And most of the time, you're just covering up for some kind of emotion. And when you stop linking your food to your emotions, you got to just determine what is going on in your head right before you're going to eat. Is it true hunger, or is it just a craving that you're trying to mask an emotion with? And yeah, I figured out that one. It took me a while. It took me a while. I do have some more like tactics on it that I did learn through all this, and I'm going to come at you with some more, but definitely writing them down of why you're having these cravings, what emotions you're feeling when you're doing it. It was shocking to me what emotions I was having: sad, lonely, happy. I mean, I ate for all reasons. And I'm not joking. Like, all reasons. I mean, if we did a celebration, we went out and binged eat. If I had a sad day or something hard, I binged eat. I just, that was my go-to. So write it down. Start with that. Start with some bottles of water. Just have a glass of water ready to go, and then also figure out some good breathing techniques, and it will help tremendously. And guys, keep following me. I've got some more community stuff coming up. We're going to do some events, do some walking on the beach. I'll let you know and keep you posted on it. Have a great day, and I'll come back out with some more.